An 82-year-old man was jailed last week in the Central Criminal Court in Cork for 15 years. He had raped and sexually assaulted his daughter from the age of 12 to the age of 20. He abused her, he assaulted her, he raped her, and she gave up her anonymity to ensure that his name was known and made public. And she basically said that she had no shame, that the shame was all on him, which was absolutely right. The lady, Marie or Mary, I'm not sure which, Murphy, went through was incredible. And it's worth reflecting, but it's worth recognising what she's done and her bravery. The woman told the court that it's your shame. She told the court also that she came to think of being raped by her father as the norm. Her father's name is Edward Molyneux. He has been jailed for 15 years for his campaign of abuse against his daughter over an 8-year period from the age of 12. This is the reporting from the Irish Times Southern correspondent Barry Roach. Let me just check here now. Barry Roach is the Southern correspondent of the Irish Times. He reported on this case there in the Irish Times. Edward Molyneux, aged 82, raped Marie Murphy on a weekly basis for 8 years from when she was 12. She came to think of it as the norm. Edward Molyneux of Kilshannon, Listowel, County Kerry, was convicted by a jury of 61 counts of rape, 3 counts of indecent assault and 2 counts of assault occasioning actual bodily harm on Miss Murphy, who is now aged 59, between 1979 and 1987. She said that she was prepared to waive her right to anonymity so that her father could be named, and she said it was time to speak out. She said, "I'm not keeping your secret anymore. It's your shame, your blame. You're the one who destroyed your name and your family." Miss Murphy said that her father made her feel different from the rest of the family, describing her as a liar and a troublemaker. She told him that "you treated me as a sexual plaything, doing things that a child should never know. You robbed me of the innocence of childhood." She said that others saw Molyneux as a charismatic rogue that would help anyone out, but he was in fact a master manipulator. "No one saw the wreckage you were causing within the home and in my life." The judge recalled the evidence of Sergeant Trevor Ryan, who told the court that Molyneux raped his daughter in the family home, adjacent fields, ditches, lanes and a shed. She noted that the indecent assaults consisted of particularly degrading abuse, and the physical assaults related to beating his daughter with a strap in 1981 and breaking a chair against her head in 1982. The prosecutor, the senior counsel prosecuting for the DPP, said that the offending was exceptional and merited a sentence of 15 years to life due to the duration of the offending and the breach of trust and the degradation involved. Senior counsel for Molyneux, Edward Molyneux, said he would not dispute the DPP's view that the offending merited a long sentence if his client was in his 50s. However, he said the defendant was 82 and imposing a lengthy sentence would mean that he would die in jail, which was neither morally nor legally right. I'm not sure why it would not be morally right or legally right for Edward Molyneux to die in jail, quite frankly. That's the argument that his senior counsel was making. The judge said that she would take senior counsel Barry White's senior counsel's comments into account, but she agreed with the DPP's assessment that the offending was at the upper end of the scale. She said that while Molyneux could not be penalised for contesting the case, the fact that he put Miss Murphy, his daughter, through the trauma of having to testify even after he admitted to the offending at interview meant he could not expect to benefit from the discount he would have got for a guilty plea. The judge fixed a headline sentence of 17.5 years and reduced that then to 15 years because of his age and his health. He's 82. His lack of previous convictions and the fact that he had not come to the attention of Gardaí since this offending. She said that Molyneux had not accepted the verdict of the jury, nor shown any remorse, so there was no prospect of rehabilitation and no basis for suspending any part of the term. She also ordered that he be placed on the sex offenders register for life. So the likelihood is that man will die in jail, and the question then is whether that's morally or legally correct or not. It doesn't really make much difference at this stage because that's the sentence he's got. But I think that lady, Marie Murphy, and she was in court with her daughter and her husband. Her husband is Noel, and the daughter, Sarah, were at the Central Criminal Court there in Cork last week. I think she deserves recognition for her bravery. I certainly take my hat off to her for taking the stand that she's taken, for foregoing her anonymity, and for pointing the finger and placing the blame and the shame where it fairly and squarely lies, and that is with her father. And the carry on in Ireland over many years in relation to sexual abuse of children, boys and girls, in this case a young girl, over the decades has been absolutely appalling. And one of the things that comes up and has come up there quite frequently and is kind of frightening in a way is some of the comments that you read online in relation to the Nikita Hand and Conor McGregor case. Regardless of what your view on the case is, some of the comments are absolutely appalling insofar as they demonstrate for many men, not all men, but for many men, a lack of understanding in relation to consent and what consent is and so on. But it's also the case that some of the comments on some of the videos that I made about the Conor McGregor case on my YouTube channel, some of the comments are absolutely appalling, reprehensible, and not just from men but from women. But anyway, this lady, Marie Murphy, has placed the shame fairly and squarely where it belongs, and that is with Edward Molyneux, 82 years of age, from Listowel originally, and now going to jail for 15 years.